Good morning, all.
Good morning, ma'am.
We will start the session, okay? So today's topic is asthma. Like asthma, you can see it's very common in clinical practice. You can see the patient about the asthma, and even in the exam, it's asked in a respiratory system. It's asked that what is asthma and its therapeutic approach. So today we are gonna learn about. One sec. So today's objective is what is asthma, incidence of asthma. हेलो, स्क्रीन दिख रही है ना तुम लोगों को? हेलो,
Screen. काय दिसत मॅम स्क्रीन?
आता बघा, दिसतंय?
Oh, this.
हा मॅम.
Okay, good. So what is asthma? What is incidence of asthma? Trigger factors, type of asthma, pathogenesis, clinical manifestation, what is the diagnostics and investigation, management, in which homeopathic management and allopathic management. So by definition, asthma is a chronic inflammatory disorder of the airway. The chronic inflammation which is caused by increase in the airway hyperresponsiveness that lead to the recurrent episode of wheezing, breathlessness, chest tightness, cough, particularly at night or early in the morning. So it's an inflammatory process. So you can see the typical symptoms of wheezing in asthma. As I said, it's very common. So around in one study, it is said that asthma affect an estimate of the 25,000 Indians every year, and this number is likely to increase by 50% by the year of 2016. So it's that report is from 2016. Today is it 2020. So it's like asthma is affecting 70% of the population in India because of the environment, because of the pollution, because of various factors. We will see what is the triggering factor for the asthma. So it is said that among women's, adult women's, it's that incidence is greater than the male. So women are more affected than the males. Like 30%, it said that it is a greater prevalence of asthma than the male. These are the triggering factor for the asthma. So for example, stroke, smoke, cold, exercise, even the pests, cockroaches, pollen grains, change in the weather, or the food allergens. Some people are allergic to food. They causes asthma from that allergy to food. So dust, cold weather, strong swollen, even the strong emotions. So for example, if the person is into very emotion, or he goes into the any type of the stress, the asthma can be triggered by the stress factor. So there are various type of the asthma. Okay, so first is the allergic asthma, which is also called as the extrinsic asthma. So when we called as the allergic asthma, when the symptoms are induced by the hyperimmune response to the inhalation of the specific allergen. It is also called as a type 1 hypersensitivity reaction to the basis of the IgE. So allergic asthma caused maybe due to allergic pollens, or paint, or any type of the pollen particle in the environment, even the dust. Some people are allergic to dust. Some people are allergic to pollen grain. So we called as the allergic asthma. From that dust or from that pollen grain, if the person is suffering from wheezing, coughing, sneezing type of the symptoms, and patient is not able to breathe, so we called as the allergic asthma. When we do the blood test, specifically in the allergic asthma, we can see the IgE level increased. Okay. So first is the allergic asthma. Generally, allergic asthma arises in childhood only. So you may or you may not see कि जो भी पेशेंट आते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा, कि when we ask the history कि कब से dust की allergy है, तो they may say कि मुझे तो बचपन से ही ऐसी है. So mostly allergic asthma arises in the childhood. Second is the non-allergic asthma, which is called as the intrinsic asthma. So this type of the asthma is triggered by the presence of irritant in the air, which is not related to allergy. So what are they? So you can see in the image. These are the maybe the chemicals, maybe the cigarette smoke, cleaning agent, taking aspirin, chest infections, stress, laughter, cold air, exercise, or any type of the food preservation. So these type of the asthma that irritate stimulate the parasympathetic nerve fiber in the airway, which causing the bronchoconstriction and the inflammation. I have a one patient who is suffering from asthma. So she has a typical symptoms like wheezing, coughing, chest pain, and I asked her ki, whether you are allergic to anything or not. So she said, no, I'm not allergic to anything, even not from chemical, not from any stress, not from any cold air or any agent. So I heard out ki how she is suffering from the asthma. Then I asked her family history ki, okay, how's your family, any hereditary factor, like any hereditary factor मैं ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रही थी, but वो भी family में नहीं था. Then I able to understand कि her husband is a cigarette smoker. So he smokes cigarette like in a like बहुत ज़्यादा cigarette smoke करते थे. So because of that cigarette smoke, she is get allergic and she is starting showing the symptoms of asthma. So we term her as a non-allergic asthma. Okay. Third is mixed asthma. This asthma is very common. You can see this asthma is both allergic and the non-allergic. Like you can see this patient may be allergic from any particle or maybe non-allergic. Fourth type of the asthma is cough variant asthma. So when we say the typical symptoms of wheezing, chest pain or the sneezing, these are the common symptoms of the asthma, we all know. But in cough variant asthma, the characteristic of the symptoms is only persistent of dry cough. So wheezing may or may not be present, chest pain may or may not be present, but patient is suffering from persistent dry cough. And also cough is non-productive. Cough is only arises in the night. Cough may be aggravated by the exercise or the allergens. And triggering factor is the respiratory infection. So respiratory infection, any type of the respiratory infection. And like common cold is also one of the respiratory infection. And allergens. So allergens is pollen grain, dust, or any other particle in the air. So cough variant asthma, the common characteristic is symptoms is persistent dry cough. If the dry cough is persistent, we diagnose the patient as a cough variant asthma. Then the exercise induced asthma. So exercise induced asthma, it affect the person during or after physical activity. In this type of the asthma, patient immunity are very like patient is immunocompromised. So immunity पहले से ही कम रहती है. And when we do some type of the exercise like even the walking or even running and any type of the exercise, patient induce the asthma. Okay. And nocturnal asthma is asthma arises in the night. It's worsen in the night, not arises, sorry. So it characterized by the symptoms that get worsen at the night. Patient may have a asthmatic attack in the morning also, in the afternoon also, but generally it works when the asthma is worsen at the night, we term it as a nocturnal asthma. Those who suffer from the nocturnal asthma can also experience the symptoms any type of the day. Okay. So these are the some of the type of asthma. Okay. So this type of the asthma is very important. As I said, ki in a respiratory system, the history taking is very important. By history taking only, you able to understand by the symptoms of the patient, you able to diagnose or characterize the types of asthma. And last one is the occupational asthma. So occupational asthma, it is triggered by the exist in the person workplace induce the textile farming and the woodworking. हम लोगों ने पहले ही occupational disorder देखे हैं. So occupational disorder में भी ये asthma trigger होता है, वो भी हम लोगों ने देखा है. So when the person is working in textile farming or woodworking and he arises symptoms suddenly by wheezing, chest pain or any type of the cough, we term it as the asthma arises due to the occupation. So occupational asthma. So what are the pathogenesis of the asthma? What happened in exactly asthma? So you see in the image, this is a normal lung, okay? These are the muscle relaxed. These are the normal lining of the airway and there are the normal amount of the mucus production, okay? But what happened in asthmatic lung, that muscles is tightened due to any infection or due to any triggering factor, that muscles are tightened. There are swallowing the lining and there is production of the excess of the mucus. So when there is production of the excess of the mucus, you see there is a productive cough also. Okay, when the mucus is excess, the airway is narrowed down. When airway is narrowed down, you are not able to take the oxygen properly. Okay, so there is a dyspnea occur. So dyspnea happened because there is excess of the mucus and the swallowing lining which causes a narrowing of the airway. So you see, by the environmental factor or by any genetic factor, you can see many genetic factor like mother को भी अस्थमा था मुझे भी अस्थमा है या फिर grandmother को अस्थमा था और मुझे भी अस्थमा है. So there are certain genetic factors like in a chromosomal you can see or in the DNA these factors are present so which causes asthma. So when environmental factor or any genetic factor they causes a bronchial inflammation. Our bronchioles are inflamed and when bronchial is inflamed they causes a bronchial hyperactivity. Okay, and it causes a bronchoconstriction, edema, and there is increase in the production. Same, there is swallowing lining which causes a bronchoconstriction and there is production of the excess of the mucus. When the airway narrowing occur, there is symptoms of cough, wheezing, breathlessness, and chest tightness. Okay. Any confusion in pathogenesis? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Okay. यू सी कि तुम लोग जब पढ़ते हो ना कोई भी सिम्टम्स पढ़ते हो ओके फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर कफ पढ़ रहे हो कि कोई भी किसी भी इसमें इन एब्डोमिनल केस में या फिर रेस्पिरेटरी केस में या फिर एनी टाइप ऑफ द सिम्टम्स फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ वी से कि हम लोगों ने कफ का देखा है तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ वी सी कि एब्डोमिनल पेन हो रहा है सो ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट कि एब्डोमिनल पेन किस वजह से हो रहा है कौन सी नर्व की वजह से हो रहा है कौन सी आर्टरी की वजह से हो रहा है क्या पैथोजेनेसिस हो रही है सो इफ यू एबल टू फाइंड आउट द सिम्टम्स यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द पैथोजेनेसिस सेम so in this condition why the cough occur why the wheezing occur why the breathlessness occur why the chest tightness occur because there is the bronchoconstriction so जब भी कुछ भी symptoms पढ़ते हो या कुछ भी symptoms दिमाग में आते हैं try to find out the pathogenesis behind that okay that will help in your clinical finding also and even it will help in your clinical practice also it's like एग्जाम में लिखने के लिए तो हम लोग लिख देते हैं कि ओके ये प्रेजेंट है बट हम लोगों को खुद को पता होना चाहिए कि व्हाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट व्हाई इट इज प्रेजेंट फॉर द क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस ओके so these are the pathogenesis of the asthma you see in the image also there is narrowing of the airway tightening muscle inflamed thickened wall okay so clinical manifestation wheezing present dyspnea present cough present chest tightness expiration may be prolonged because there is difficulty, because there is narrowing of the passage, so we not able to take oxygen properly, and even we are not release the carbon dioxide properly. Rahul, any question you have?
मैम आपने मीटिंग लॉक की? हेलो मैम.
हाँ बोलो.
मैम वो सागर आना चाहता है लेकिन आपने शायद मीटिंग लॉक की है.
नहीं मैंने मीटिंग लॉक नहीं की है.
पता नहीं उसका ये हो ही नहीं, ऐड हो ही नहीं रहा.
उसको बोलो फिर से ट्राई करे करके, बिकॉज मीटिंग नहीं लॉक की है मैंने.
ओके मैम, ठीक है.
या सागर को बोलो कि फिर से बंद करके फिर से ये करे करके ज्वाइन करने की कोशिश करे.
ओके मैम.
ओके या so these are the clinical manifestation. When there is a secretion, you can see there is increased production of the mucus. So that secretion may be the white, thick, tenacious, or the gelatinous mucus. So you know about the calibi and the tenacious. This grade is very important. Okay, these grades are called as the MRC classification. MRC classification is a classification done by the Modified Medical Research Council. Okay, these are the grades. So why these grades are important? Because by understanding these grades, you can able to treat a patient in a better way. So we will see. Okay, so in a grade 1, there is breathlessness when hurrying on the level or walking up a slight hill. Okay, these grades are not only important for your clinical practice but also in an exam. So grade 2 is breathlessness when walking with the people of own age or on the level ground. So if level ground पे walk कर रहे हैं and breathlessness हो रहा है, so then we come as a grade 2. Grade 3, it walks slower than the peers. Peers is any colleague, any friends. So grade 3 is walk slower than the peers or stop when walking on the flat at own pace. Grade 4, stop after walking 100 meters or a few minutes on the level. And grade 5, it's too breathlessness to leave the house. Even patient is not able to wash his clothes, or even patient is not able to dress his clothes properly. So by slightest walk, he is having breathlessness or the dyspnea. So as I earlier said, why these grades are important? Because if you see the patient present in a grade 2, so patient is having a breathlessness when walking with the people of own age. So if patient is grade 2, we can treat a patient symptomatically. Okay. But if patient comes to you in a grade 4 or in grade 5, you have to give the patient oxygen support. As patient is too breathlessness, patient is not able to breathe properly, so you have to give the oxygen support. So you see that grades are very important for the treatment purpose. Okay. नेक्स्ट इज इन्वेस्टिगेशंस. ये ग्रेड समझ में आए सबको? इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस एंड इवन फॉर द एग्जाम. सबको समझ में आए हैं ये ग्रेड्स?
Yes, हाँ मैम.
Okay. So we will move towards investigation. So what investigations we can do? Generally, asthma, we can diagnose the patient by only clinical symptoms, by history taking properly, and even by the physical examination. So history taking and the physical examination is very important. You can hear a wheezing sound by only examining the patient, and history taking gives the idea what are the triggering factor for that person who's developed the asthma. Okay. Third, we do the pulmonary function test. So why we do the pulmonary function test? To at least हम लोगों को पता चलता है कि लंग का फंक्शन कैसे चल रहा है, या it is properly or not. Okay. So you can see that in a pulmonary function test, if we see the PEFR, that is the peak expiratory flow rate, or FEV1, that is the forced expiratory volume, and maximum mid expiratory flow rate, okay, all are decreased in asthma. In any type of the asthma, in a pulmonary test, you can see that all are decreased. We do the exercise test especially in a children. Okay, what we told the children, that children should run for a 6 minutes on a treadmill, and at a workload sufficient to increase the heart rate. If the heart rate is above 160 bpm, that will diagnose the asthma. So generally in children we can see about the allergic type of the asthma. Okay, so that exercise test done in a children. Then we do the arterial blood gas. So in arterial blood gas, in mild asthma, it is not detected. But in a asthma, when the severe condition, we can see the hypoxia or the hypocarbia. Generally, this arterial blood gas test is done to measure the oxygen and the carbon dioxide level in your blood. Okay. So we can able to see what is the oxygen level and what is the carbon dioxide level in the blood. In a severe type of the condition, we can see there is decrease in the oxygen level and increased in the carbon dioxide level. We do the blood test. So in atopic asthma, we see the increase in the eosinophilic level. Even the ESR level is increased, WBC level is increased, and as I said, it's the elevated serum IgE level. So IgE level especially increased in allergic asthma. Even in a mixed type or even in a non-allergic asthma, sometimes you see the increase in the IgE level. And in severe asthma, it also increases the elevated antidiuretic hormone. Next, we do the sputum test. In sputum test also, we able to see the elevated eosinophil, and there is Gram stain, and Gram stain or the right strain sputum smear is indicated. We also do the skin test to identify the allergic cause in the asthmatic level, and the chest X-ray. Chest X-ray is not the diagnostic of the asthma, but sometime in a severe cases you can see the over-inflammation in a chest wall, or in even sometime in an acute episode you can see there is a over-infiltration. But we not like in asthmatic condition, जब तक हम लोगों को लगता नहीं है कि सीवियर स्टेज पे जा रहा है, तब तक हम लोग चेस्ट एक्सरे नहीं ये करते हैं, इन्वेस्टिगेट करते हैं. We can go by the sputum test, we can go by the blood test. Like previously we see कि even history taking, physical examination, pulmonary function test gives the idea of the asthma, and even the blood test. So generally हम लोग chest x-ray नहीं करते, but chest x-ray अगर लग रहा है कि severe condition में हम लोगों को डाउट है कि करना चाहिए, so we do the chest x-ray. एग्जाम में तुम लोगों को ये सारे इन्वेस्टिगेशंस लिखने हैं. आई एम टेलिंग यू बाय द क्लिनिकल अप्रोच. Complications. So there are severe type of the complications we can see in the asthma. So asthma like asthmatic patients are very sensitive to any type of the allergen, any type of the dust, or any type of the pollen grains. So person easily land up into any type of the complication if neglected or if not treated properly. Patient may have a symptoms of pneumonia, patient may have a symptoms of atelectasia, there is mucoid impaction of the airway. So patient may go into the pulmonary stasis or the pulmonary sepsis and the pneumothorax. These are the major complication of the asthmatic condition. So if patients come to you the latter stage of the asthma or the severe stage of the asthma, you may see these type of the complication. तुम लोगों ने बहुत सारे पेशेंट को देखा होगा कि like patient come into a very severe stage and land up into the ICU because patient neglected the initial symptoms of the asthma. Then there is a complication of asthma. Generally, asthmatic patient को क्या होता है ना, they easily land up into the pneumonia condition or the pneumothorax condition. So you have to treat the patient on an initial basis only. Okay. Treatment. So generally, the goal of the treatment to control the symptoms, prevent the exacerbation like episodes and the loss of the lung function, and reduces the associated mortality. So we have to reduce the mortality also. We have to prevent the loss of lung function also and control the symptoms. In an allopathic mode of the treatment, they generally give the bronchodilator, anti-inflammatory drug, corticosteroid, or nebulization. Nebulizations are the common. If we give the nebulization, the mucoid, which is impact in the airway passage, it releases and patients are able to breathe properly. Bronchodilator work in the same way, anti-inflammatory drug also, and the corticosteroid. These are the treatment generally allopathic physician will give, but homeopathic has a very good response in asthma. Like I saw many cases which is treat beautifully with homeopathic medicine. So there are various remedy like arsenic album, ipecac, pulsatilla, spongia, coffee, carbovate, chamomilla, natsulf, etc. I have a one patient who is with who is having severe asthma, and she was like कि continuously bronchodilator ले रही थी, continuously anti-inflammatory drug ले रही थी, and she is not recovered. Like partially she was recovered because for the some time of the duration कि वो सारे उसको ठीक लगते थे, but again that symptoms reoccurred, again she has an attack. So she came to me for the homeopathic treatment. So as I take a proper history and I'm not giving her a symptomatic treatment, I give her a constitutional treatment, okay? So constitutional medicines has been given and her episodes has tremendously decreased. Like she can able to breathe properly, even she has stopped taking bronchodilator, anti-inflammatory drug. She is only with the homeopathic medicines, but that episodes which is recurrent, and when that episodes occur, patients hampered her daily routine also. Patient is not able to do anything, even she is not able to do cooking, she is not able to take care of her home also, and now she's well, she's very good in position. So you see the homeopathic remedy has a wonderful role in a asthmatic condition. So these are the some of the remedies you can think about in asthma: arsenic album, ipecac, pulsatilla, spongia, coffee, carbovate, chamomilla, natsulf. So when we think about the arsenic album, so arsenic album, person needing this remedy can feel exhausted, get to be very restless and anxious. There is severe breathing problem, which is worsened by the lying down and better when sitting up. So if the asthma patient come up, in asthma patient you see common symptoms like wheezing, cough, or chest pain. These are the common symptoms you can able to see. But in a homeopathic approach, you have to identify the characteristic symptoms. So if is patient telling you that my asthma is worsened while lying down and I am better by the sitting up, so you can think about the arsenic album. Okay. Or the patient asthma is worsened at the midnight, you can also think about the arsenic album. So even जो night में worsen होता है, you can think about arsenic album. So nocturnal asthma is one of the type of the asthma where you can indicate the arsenic album. In ours, there is dry wheezing may progress to the cough that brings up frothy whitish fluid. The person can be thirsty and taking a frequent tiny sips. So there is general chilliness is usually seen with burning pain in the chest and heat in the head and warmth after being the improvement. Second is the Spongia tosta. It's very commonly used medicines in the asthmatic condition. There is hard or barking cough during an asthmatic attack. There is breathing can be labored with a saving sound and not much mucus is produced. The person may feel best when sitting up and tittling her head back or when leaning forward. So warm drink may be helpful. So warm drink ameliorate the Spongia tosta. Generally, the problem started with Spongia tosta persons in the midnight. So the asthma is aggravated in the midnight and it also used in a croup. Okay, so there is barking type of the cough. Even you can think about the cough variant type of the asthma patient, the Spongia tosta can be indicated. Any question? So the asthma is very common nowadays in India because there is continuously pollution, continuously dust, and pollution जैसे जैसे बढ़ रहा है वैसे अस्थमा के पेशेंट बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रहे हैं. समझा है सबको? किसी को कुछ कंफ्यूजन है? आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ मैम.
समझा है?
यस मैम.
किसी को कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ सकते हो. किसी को कुछ भी क्वेश्चन नहीं है?
Triggers asthma, ma'am.
Yeah, I said no. One of the triggering factor is stress. So if you have a very like बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है या फिर बहुत टेंशन में हो, any type of the stress can trigger the asthma. So should I end this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, have a good day all.
Thank you, ma'am.